This is a famous quote that we can find in food science. You are what you eat. A famous food philosopher once said, tell me what you eat and I will tell you what you are. මේ food science වල අපිට හම්බ වෙන දැන් philosophy වල තියෙන්නේ I think therefore I am. It is a very fundamental quote in philosophy. I can think, therefore I exist. Likewise in our discipline, this is fundamental and a very important quote. You are what you eat. This quote shows the importance of food. Okay, then what do you think about this quote? Is it true or not? You are what you eat. You are what you eat. I think it's true. A balanced diet is the most important part of being a healthy human. If you eat good food, you will be healthy, and on the other hand, if you eat bad food, you will be unhealthy. So this suits in our case. So this Giuseppe Archimboldo is not the person who told this quote, but he is a famous artist, painter, who used to paint his works using fruits and vegetables. If you interested, please find about this person. And he made most of his paintings using fruits and vegetables. Okay, with that, in this course, you are going to study about nutritional aspects of food. So, okay. So before we move on to further details, we should know about what is meant by nutrition. Okay, nutrition is according to the definition, nutrition is the science of food, nutrients, and the substances therein, and how an organism digests, absorbs, utilizes, and excretes them, and all complications occurring in the body due to inadequacy, excess, or imbalance intake of nutrients. In simple terms, nutrition is the science that interprets the nutrients and other substances in food in relation to health. Okay, you should understand that first. Nutrition is a science that interprets the nutrients and other substances in food in relation to health. It includes ingestion, absorption, assimilation, biosynthesis, metabolism, and other excretion. And nutrition is a key area in food science, and even in some other countries like Europe and USA, there are separate courses called dietetics. In dietetics, like food science, it studies about the food in relation to health. But in our country, there is no course or university education links for dietetics. Okay, then if we look about the importance of nutrition, can you remember the basic functions of life? Can you remember the basic functions of life that characterize living organisms? ඒ කියන්නේ ජීවීන්ගේ මූලික ලක්ෂණ මතකද? I think it's the first lesson in biology, advanced level biology. What are they? What are the basic functions of life. ජීවීන්ගේ මූලික ලක්ෂණ.
metabolic activities,
Metabolic activities. Okay. Other than that,
Respire,
respiration,
growth,
growth,
reproduction,
reproduction. Yes. Other than that, growth, reproduction, respiration.
Respiration.
Sorry. Reproduction, growth. There are 9 basic functions of life that we can characterize from, that we can differentiate from non-living organisms, non-living things. Okay. Movement, sancharanaya, respiration, shosanaya, sensitivity, sanvedanaya, nutrition, poshanaya, excretion, bahishravaya, reproduction, prajananaya, growth, vardhanaya, and defense, araksha. So nutrition is a basic function of life or any living organisms. I used to remember these functions using this term in my advanced level, Mrs. Nerd. Okay, then when we considering the importance of nutrition, nutrition acts as the central role of all these functions. Okay, you should carefully understand that. Nutrition is acting as a central role of all these functions. Okay, so if we consider movement, for movement, it involves bones, muscles, and nerve system. Okay, then in order to maintain the four functions of bones, muscle system, and nerves, it requires some sort of nutrients. So nutrients are supplied through nutrition. Again, for respiration, in respiration, as you learned in biochemistry, it can produce energy. And for that, it requires food or the organic matter and oxygen. Then this organic matter is supplied through nutrition. Likewise, every other functions are based on nutrition. If you think about this carefully, you will understand that nutrition plays a central role in all life functions. And the lack of one or more of the essential nutrients, which we are going to learn in the later part of this lecture, leads to a loss of one or more of these life functions. And the nutritional deficiencies are often diagnosed due to characteristic disturbance in these life functions. Okay, then improper or malnourishment is observed through the lack of functionality of one or more of these functions. Okay, then by this you shall be able to understand the importance of nutrition in any living organism. Okay, then further, when it comes to human or animal, if we think about the relationship between food and nutrition, what is the basic difference between human and plant? What do you think? What is the basic difference between human and plant? Both are living organisms or living matters. So what is the basic difference between human and plant? They show all
plants,
yes these life functions. Then yes, miss.
Plants photoautotrophic nutrition,
Yes,
humans heterotrophic.
yes, definitely. Very good. Um, Autotrophs, or in this case plants, photoautotrophs make food through photosynthesis, and they can provide food. They can make synthesize food through photosynthesis. And heterotrophs, like a human, they cannot make their own food, so they must eat or absorb it from other sources. Then we get food from environment through diet. So that is the relationship between food and nutrition. uh, Food and nutrition in relation to human. Okay, so we cannot, our body cannot uh, synthesize nutrients, and most of the nutrients. Some non-essential nutrients we can, but most of other essential nutrients, that is why they called as essential nutrients, they um, we have to take them from outside through our diet. So food are there in the environment. We take them to our body the as the diet. So diet is the agent between environment and our body, which is the host. Okay, then you need to understand this relationship. Okay, so with that, I will move on to food. Okay, then tell me. I think you have taken few courses in food science, even in your second year and first year. So what is meant by food? If I ask you, what is a food? What is your answer? What do you understand by food? Costa, MSD Costa, what is your understanding about food?
Substances that we get for our growth and our body functions
Yes, substances that we
that
get. Yes,
we take for our growth and body functions.
yes, good. Then if we tell it in an advanced manner, we can define food uh, as any edible solid or liquid substance of animal or plant origin which when ingested will enable the body to carry out any of its life function. This includes life function includes uh, uh, growth and development, and main regulating body processes and other things. Okay, and if we take any food, almost all them have animal or plant origin. Okay, we cannot say that food are any edible things. Even ice, we can eat ice, but it is not considered as a food. Okay, then according to this definition, not only solid materials but also liquid substances, what we call as beverages, they are also called as this great category food. Okay, then according to this definition, alcohol, or say arak, they are also considered as food. Okay, am I clear to you? Did you get my point? This is before you study any discipline related to food, you need to understand what is meant by food. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Got it.
Then we need foods in our body because foods contain nutrients. Then you need to understand what is meant by nutrients. Okay, nutrients are the components of food that functions to provide, basically to provide energy, build and repair tissues and regulate body processes, including metabolic and other essential body activities. Okay, the nutrients are there in food. That is why we particularly talking about food much. Okay. Okay. Then in this lecture, I just want to give a basic understanding or basic terminology that we going to use in this course. Therefore, I'll just give you an overview about these things, and in the upcoming lectures, we will focus and we will talk about these things in deep. Okay. Then this is the food wheel. If we consider our food or our diet, it contains energy providing foods like cereals, rice, and potatoes, and other things, and fats and oils. And it contains bodybuilding uh, foods, bodybuilding uh, supporters like meat and protein, milk, and dairy products. And it contains body regulating foods like fruits and vegetables. If you consider any diet, you will find these type of foods. Actually, these type of foods that should be there in our diet. There shall be energy providing items, bodybuilding items, or uh, components which aid to repair, maintain, and growth of our tissues and cells, and body regulating foods. It means which foods which contain micronutrients like vitamins and minerals. Okay, the vitamins and minerals, basically we want them in body regulating functions. Okay, then we call this as the food wheel. Okay, then foods contain nutrients, and these nutrients we need these nutrients to get energy to build and repair tissues in our body and regulate body processes. Then our food contain different kind of food materials under these categories. Okay. Then if we consider about nutrients, as you know, you have learned about these things even at your ordinary level. There are two types of nutrients essential to life. They are macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients are the things or the other nutrients required in larger amounts like protein, fats, carbohydrates. And micronutrients are the nutrients required in small amounts. For examples, vitamins and minerals. Okay. Then tell me, uh, can we consider water as a nutrient? Water කියලා කියන්නේ nutrient එකක් විදිහට සලකන්න පුළුවන්ද? What is your opinion?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, definitely. Water is a kind of nutrient because in body we cannot synthesize water in adequate amounts. In some metabolic or metabolic reactions, water is produced in very small amounts. But our body comprises of 70% of our weight of our body is water, and as you know, all the metabolic activities are taken place in an aqueous medium. So we need water, and water is considered as a nutrient. Okay. Then If we further go through nutrients, you will find this term essential nutrients. What do you understand by essential nutrients? It's okay to go wrong, that just give me an answer. Okay. Uh, Kavindini, what is your understanding about essential nutrients? What do you understand by essential nutrients?
Um, the nutrition we would want to uh, maintain our body activities, especially we want to maintain our body activities.
Yes, the nutrients that are required to maintain our body activities, and the most important part is essential nutrients are the compounds that the
We
body
should take
cannot
from
make.
them from foods.
Yes, that essential nutrients cannot synthesize in the body, or we cannot synthesize in sufficient quantity. These nutrients shall definitely come from food, and they are vital for disease prevention, growth, and our maintain our health. So basic, uh, very fundamental thing in essential nutrients is that they cannot produce in our body. Okay, some nutrients can produce in our body in adequate amounts. We will talk about that later. And these essential nutrients cannot produce in our body, so they have to take from outside. It means through diet, through foods. Okay, then we can say that essential nutrients are substances that must be obtained from the diet, because the body cannot synthesize it in sufficient quantity to meet its needs. And there are about 45 nutrients plus water. It means for humans, we require 46 nutrients which are essential for the body. And deficiency of one or more of these substances will cause symptoms and ultimately to fatal diseases. Okay, then we have to take these essential nutrients in adequate amounts. Okay, then as I said, uh, we need to take these nutrients through foods, or specifically through our diet. And if we are unable to take these nutrients, these 46 nutrients, including water, our body cannot function properly. Then the quote that I uh, gave to you at the start of this lecture, you are what you eat, it's true. Okay, then without these essential nutrients, we cannot survive. Actually, we are these essential nutrients. Okay, so if we consider our bone, we need calcium and phosphorus to uh, maintain and to have proper function of bones. And for our nerves, we need potassium, calcium, magnesium, and proteins and some fats to function nerves and the nerve system properly. So actually, basically, we are what we eat. It means we are what these essential nutrients. Okay, so these nutrients are the foundation for our health, and we should always ensure that the supply is optimal. And these nutrients have been essential to our health and survival throughout human history, and that will not change regardless of our geographical location, color, age, and gender. Okay, then we have to provide these essential nutrients regardless of anything. Okay, even uh, uh, you live in Sri Lanka, Europe, USA, or Africa, you have to provide these nutrients. Okay, it is not dependent on your age, gender, and your other uh, social or other categories. Okay, we have to provide these essential nutrients in required amounts to maintain our health. Okay, that is a basic thing. And I divided nutrients into two categories as micronutrients and macronutrients. Macronutrients. So, uh, could you give examples for essential nutrients? So, what do you think? These micronutrients are macronutrients. All of them are essential nutrients or not? What do you think? WMTM වීරසිංහ කොහොම මොකද හිතන්නේ මේ micronutrients macronutrients හැම එකම essential nutrients ද වීරසිංහ can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I think yes.
Yes, most of them are essential nutrients. That is a, a very common thing that some people mixed up. Actually, proteins, fats, carbohydrates, all of them are essential nutrients as well as vitamins and minerals. Some people think that only vitamins, minerals, some essential amino acids and essential fatty acids are essential nutrients, but it's not. Protein, even we can synthesize protein in our body, we cannot synthesize some proteins in adequate amounts. Okay, even water, we can synthesize water. See, water is produced in some metabolic processes, but it is not adequate. We need to provide, for an example, for average for an average man, we have to provide 3.7 liters of water per day, and for women it is 2.7 liters. So um, you you have probably heard the advice that drink 8 glasses of water a day. That is easy to remember, and it is a reasonable goal. So අපි ලීටර් ගාන කියන්නේ අපි කියනනේ දවසට වතුර කෝප 8ක් විතර බොන්න කියලා. So we need to provide these essential nutrients to our body, including water. In case water, about 20% of daily fluid we take out of the water requirement come from food and other beverages like tea and coffee. So we need to drink the rest of water that is required for our body. Okay. So and here are the known categories of essential nutrients for human. First thing is water, calories of energy from protein, carbohydrate and lipids, essential amino acids. Some of amino acid we can produce in our body in adequate amounts, but most of them we cannot. Okay. And essential fatty acids, some vitamins, about 13 vitamins and minerals. But what can you say about all vitamins? All vitamins are essential nutrients. Okay, can categorize as essential nutrients. What do you think? All vitamins are can categorized as essential nutrients.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I think so.
Okay. Then what do you think, Gunaratna? SHP Gunaratna?
Yes, sir.
Yes, all vitamins are essential nutrients. No. For an example, vitamin D, we can produce vitamin D from sunlight in our skin. So we can produce vitamin D in adequate quantities. So it is not considered as essential nutrient, even though it is we take it from food. Okay, and uh, some amino acids, as I said, some amino acid can be produced in our body in adequate amount, including alanine and cysteine and cholesterol. Okay, that is what we take in excessive amounts in from our food, which is not good for our health. Okay, then cholesterol also can be produced in our body in adequate amounts, and actually it is produced through some as byproducts of some metabolic reactions, and we shall not take cholesterol uh, from outside. So these are called non-essential nutrients, especially vitamin D, and, some amino acids, and cholesterol. Okay, actually, it is if we take them in excessive amounts, especially the cholesterol, it can lead to adverse health effects. Okay, that at the later part of this lecture, you will observe that these unhealthy dietary patterns are caused for most of our deaths in Sri Lanka, as well as it is the same condition in the world. Okay, so I think it's clear for you. So I will move on to the next part, nutritional status. Okay. Nutritional status is the physiological state of an individual which results from the relationship between nutrient intake and requirements, and from the body's ability to digest, absorb, and use of these nutrients. Basically, in simple terms, nutritional status is the status of health resulting from the utilization of nutrients in the body. Means our nutritional say present condition in the body. So good health is resulted from proper nutrition, that is obvious, and the term malnutrition indicates a bad nutritional status. When we uh, talking about malnutrition, it can be overnutrition and it can be undernutrition. Okay, we not only use malnutrition to denote undernutrition. Okay, we use this term malnutrition to uh, represent overnutrition as well as undernutrition. Even overnutrition, uh, if we are in overnourished condition, it is not good. We call it as unhealthy. So overnutrition can cause lots of uh, non-communicable diseases and conditions like obesity, and on the other hand, undernutrition. So if we unable to provide uh, essential nutrients in required amount, it will lead uh, undernutrition, like protein energy malnutrition and kwashiorkor and other kind of deficiencies. And the nutritional status is the term we use to represent the condition of our body. So we use some assessment to measure the nutritional status of our body. Okay, you will learn that in the next lecture. We use anthropometric measurements and other various measurements to measure the nutritional status of individuals. Okay, I just wanted to give you what is meant by this. Uh, in simple terms, nutritional status is the status of health or status of an individual resulting from the utilization of nutrients in the body. Okay. Then if we talk a bit about why we study nutrition, okay, we can give these reasons. Poor diet and sedentary lifestyle are risk factors for chronic diseases. Chronic diseases means that these are resulting from long time, not acute. We will talk about the difference between acute and chronic diseases later. Chronic means the conditions or diseases that are resulting from a longer period of time. Then a poor diet and sedentary lifestyle. What is meant by sedentary lifestyle? Sedentary lifestyle. I think now you are living in a sedentary lifestyle. I think most of you. It means involving little or no physical activity. Okay, a person or an individual living a sedentary lifestyle is often sitting or lying down while engaged in activity like you are since you when you are engaged in the online lectures, you are sitting or you are lying down, some maybe sofa or bed, and you are listening to or engage with these things. And you involve little or no physical activity. So that is in by sedentary lifestyle. And the poor diet are risk factors for the most of the chronic diseases, and this accounts for 2/3 of all deaths in Sri Lanka as well as in the world. Okay, and if we consider that, so these I got this figure from Ministry of Health Sri Lanka. These are the leading causes of hospitalized deaths in Sri Lanka in 2018. That is the latest one we have. We do not have the 2019 and 2020 statistics yet. So if you consider the top 5 causes, what can you say? Coronary heart diseases. The major causes for coronary heart disease is the poor diet and neoplasms. It means cancers, and even it is not 100% studied. The major cause for cancers are our food. Okay, I will tell you one example that I have. So this is one of my research that I have conducted 2 years ago. I studied the levels of preservatives and the colorants used in ready-to-serve jelly drinks available for sale in Sri Lanka. Jelly drinks are this kind of product that is widely popular among school children in Sri Lanka. So I studied the level of preservatives and the type of colorants in these preservatives. So I observed that these products contain benzoic and sorbic acid and in excessive amounts. Okay, then as you can see in this graph, or most of the products have exceeded the level of benzoic acid, which is used as a preservative. Okay. Then what is the danger behind this? In our condition, especially in countries like Sri Lanka, which have good sunlight, and this benzoic acid can be turned into benzoic, which is a non-carcinogen. Okay. Then these type of things. This is only one example. Okay. Then these type, if we take these type of injurious thing to our body, if we take them for a long period of time, definitely they can cause for cancers. Okay. Then I think as a food scientist, major cause for cancers are our food and our food habits. Okay. Then I'm happy to say that I contributed this research in collaboration with the government analyst department in Sri Lanka in 2018, and in 2020 they the Sri Lankan government has imposed a regulation banning the use of benzoic acids with the effect of December 31st, 2020. It means the next month, 31st of December. In any product, benzoic acid is banned in Sri Lanka. Okay. So I'm happy to be a part of that, a small part of that research. So I just wanted to share my experience. So neoplasms, plasms. It means the cancers. It is one of the major causes of hospitalized deaths in Sri Lanka. Okay, it is the second in the list, and it is mainly caused by our diet and lifestyle, and also cerebrovascular disease. What is meant by cerebrovascular disease? Cerebrovascular refers to conditions, diseases, and disorders that affect the body vessels and the blood supply to the brain. අපි කියන්නේ ගොඩක් කට්ටිය දැන් ඔය මරණ 10ක් 15ක් ඇහුවොත් එimhe එක්ක කැන්සර් වලින් නැත්නම් heart disease එක නැත්නම් මොකක්ද ඔළුවට මොළයට රුධිරය සපයන නාලයක් හිර වෙලා. ඔන්න ඔය වගේ දේවල් නේද අපිට අහන්න හම්බෙන්නේ. Then cerebrovascular disease means blocking the blood supply to brain. Then it is also a major cause. For cerebrovascular disease, there is a relationship with our food and pulmonary heart disease. Then in present, when you looking on coronavirus deaths, most of these deaths are not caused by pneumonia. I think most of the deaths are caused by pulmonary heart disease. Means pulmonary heart disease happens when the right ventricle has to work hard to pump blood to lungs that have been damaged. In coronavirus, lungs are damaged by coronavirus. Okay. Then to provide blood to the lungs, then the heart needs to work so hard. So in that case, if someone cannot tolerate that, then she or he may die from pulmonary heart disease. Okay. Then if we take the major 5 causes of deaths in Sri Lanka, our food has a major influence on them. Okay, then when it comes to USA, condition is same. Then this uh, table shows 10 leading causes of deaths in the USA in I think in 2018, the same year. Okay, major causes, 29% of the causes that deaths are caused by disease of heart, and the cancers are second in the list as in Sri Lanka, and the cerebrovascular diseases are in the third in the list, and diabetes, Alzheimer's disease, and kidney disease. The in here, what is start, and with the star marks are diseases or conditions that have influence of food. Okay, මේ තරු ලකුණු වලින් දාලා තියෙන්නේ food habits influence on deaths. කියන්නේ diseases of heart, the coronary heart disease, food habits නිසා cause වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Cancers, it about cerebrovascular diseases, diabetes, especially, you know that. I no need to explain that. And Alzheimer's disease and kidney diseases. So if we take the major leading 10 causes of deaths in USA, more than 5 of them are caused by food, but food we eat. Okay, then that is why we need to study about nutrition. Okay, I gave you a few examples. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then this discipline is very interesting, and it is very helpful for you. Even we study some courses, and they have no relation to our no connection to our life, but this course is different. If you engage, or if you study this course actively, you will understand that these things are very, very interesting and helpful. Okay, then the second thing I included is to say why we study nutrition is that to overcome nutrition related problems. Okay, I will explain. I will give few examples in using the key health indicators in Sri Lanka. So according to this index, life expectancy at birth in Sri Lanka for females, it's about 78.6. For males, it's about 72. And infant mortality rate per 100 for 1,000 live births are in 2015, it's 8.4. These are the latest stats we have, 8.5. Then maternal mortality ratio per 100,000 live birth, it's 25.7. So especially the maternal mortality and the infant mortality are caused by poor nutrition. Okay, then if I explain the maternal mortality, poor nutrition status may affect the chances of maternal mortality in various ways. For one thing, if the mother is malnourished, she may have a small pelvis, which can result in obstructed labor, one of the major causes of maternal mortality. Okay, then to have a proper birth to the child, she must have in proper nutritional status. Actually, she must have proper height and weight, and she must have free from other nutritional deficiencies. Actually, in our countries, we are in the category of developing countries. We are, what can you say? අපි අනිත් රටවල සංසාධනය කළ බැලුවොත් එහෙම විශේෂයෙන්ම යුරෝපියන් නැත්නම් USA වගේ රටක සංසාධනය කළ බැලුවොත් එහෙම අපි උසයිද කොටයිද? ඒ රටවල මිනිස්සුත් එක්ක බැලුවොත් එහෙම අපි සමහරවිට මට නම් හිතෙනවා අපි කුරුමිට්ටු වගේ කියලා. Actually, this stunting is a key indicator of nutrition. අපි කොටයි කියලා කියන්නේ ඇත්තටම අපේ nutritional status එක නැත්නම් අපේ condition එක අඩුයි කියන එක. Then when we comparing the nutritional status of the world, then stunting is a key index. Okay, and when going back to maternal mortality ratio, in 2014 it's 25.7. So is it good or bad? This ratio, I think somewhat good. We are in the top of the South Asian region, but if we compare this with UK, their maternal mortality ratio in 2014 is 7. ඒ කියන්නේ ලක්ෂයක් ළමයි ඉපදෙනකොට අම්මලා මේ 25 දෙනෙක් 26 දෙනෙක් නැති වෙනවා කියන එක. එතකොට මේක අඩු වෙන එක නේද හොඳ? In our country it's 25.7. We are in the best in the South Asian region, but when we compare it to the well-developed countries, it is somewhat bad. And I needed to say that nutritional status has a great influence of maternal mortality. Okay, in 1960s in Sri Lanka, this ratio is about 80%. Okay, through nutritional program and education, we have the ability to reduce that ratio to less than 30. Okay, which is a good thing. Okay, that is why we need to study nutrition, and we need to give the nutrition education to different sectors and the different vulnerable groups, and also the infant mortality rate and the neonatal mortality, means deaths of infants within 28 days, neonatal mortality. And infant mortality means in deaths in the birth. Okay, then also these parameters has a great influence in nutritional status. Nutrition, strong nutrition is related to improved infant, child and maternal health, stronger immune systems, safer pregnancy and childbirth. Okay, then if we consider percentages of under 5 children, 20% 5 of them are underweight, and 15.5 of them are wasted, and 17.3 of them are stunted. Okay, then these indicators are not good, especially in some areas like in Norelia and Monragal and other districts that are suffering from poverty. These indicators are not good. Actually, I am working as a member of the Nutrition Society of Sri Lanka, and we are working on giving nutrition related education to different sectors, and we are doing some research, and By that, we could find lots of the bad or unsatisfactory indicators of health with relation to food. Okay, then this is, I think this is interesting. As a Sri Lankan, you should know about these things. And average number of children born to ever married woman in Sri Lanka is 2.4. දෙකම හතරක් වෙන්න නම් බෑනේ, දෙකෝ දෙකක් නැත්නම් තුනක්. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ළමයි දෙන්නෙක් තුන් දෙනෙක් හම්බ වෙනවා බැඳපු ගැහැණු කෙනෙක්ට ලංකාවේ. And low birth weight per 100 live births in government hospitals as a percentage, it's 15.9 and 9. And also the low birth weight is resulted from poor nutritional status of the mother. Okay. Then the second reason, I think I have explained that adequately, to overcome nutrition related problems and to reduce major deficiencies in Sri Lanka as well as in the world. We have some sort of major deficiencies like vitamin E, iron, and iodine deficiency. When we look back 2 to 3 decades from now, iodine deficiency is a major deficiency in Sri Lanka. So as for a solution for that, we introduced iodized salt. So it is now in our regulation for every salt manufacturer, he should include iodine to the salt. Okay, likewise, when we study nutrition, it is not studying the nutritional status, but giving solution for that. Okay, we can do that through research and other nutritional education and influence into policy makers. Okay, that is why you should study nutrition as food science graduates. Okay, and also to reduce mental and physical disabilities. Even this is an obvious thing. Even Lord Buddha, when someone came to Lord Buddha, he said, first of all, give him some food. If he feeling hungry, he cannot understand anything. Okay, then our nutritional status directly relate to our mental health. Actually, I haven't included that. Our mental health, it is so low when comparing to other countries. We have a high suicide rate. It means our mental health indicators are not good. Okay, sometimes our nutritional status can cause to physical as well as mental disabilities. Okay, especially some say some vitamins, vitamin B deficiency cause to beriberi or beriberi. Then if someone is suffering from vitamin B deficiency, if someone unable to provide vitamin B in adequate amounts, he may suffer from some physical disabilities as well as it causes the mental health of that individual. Okay, so in your level also, we can do nutrition related research. That is, this is one research we conducted in our department in this year. We determined protein and fiber in cooked foods consumed by toddlers aged 1 to 2 years in Alawur, Sri Lanka, and through this we observed that we in the stipulated area, we don't have malnourished children. The problem is overnutrition. Okay, then they were not undernourished or children suffering from low protein or food fat intake, but there were children. Most of the children they had excessively high amount of protein intake, which is also considered malnutrition. Malnutrition කියලා කියන්නේ undernutrition වෙන්න පුළුවන්, overnutrition වෙන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට මේ රිසර්ච් මේ අපි 2020 දී මේ මුල් මාස කිහිපෙදී කරපු රිසර්ච් එක. එතකොට හොයාගත්ත දේ. Okay, then through this kind of researches, we can influence policymakers to take decisions. That is what we can do. That is what we need to study nutrition and act on nutrition and do some kind of research on this. Okay. So that is what I plan to do today. I will not move on to the next section, which we supposed to discuss about the nutritional assessment. I will discuss that in the next week. Okay. In this lecture, I just wanted to give an overview about this course. That is what I wanted. Okay. Do you have any questions? WMDS Yati Will, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will upload the lectures and we will meet in the next week. If you wish not to have clarify anything regarding this